Culture Currency show is for those who recognize that nuance is key. We don't pretend to have all the answers, but we tackle the issues that affect the majority when speaking of Black America. Our discussions are informed by the host's personal experiences and insights, and we're always open to evolving our perspective as we gain new understanding.
This is the story of two friends from the Bronx who decided to get real, be direct, and impact Black culture. Welcome to Culture Currency, where culture is the value.
Oh, I know it. Both of y'all know it.
Good morning.
Bread rising. Oh, man. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm a bit tired, but I'm good. I'm good.
I'm tired, too,
Yeah.
man. Sleeping is
And then
a little wonky, but
right.
gonna get that back in order.
Facts.
So we are closing up a whole nother season.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We just talking our asses off.
We talking you know I like this talk. I love the responses we get into.
Yeah, so thank you to everybody like for the text messages and all that. Even though y'all don't all actually leave the comments on our social medias, but we get them. so we appreciate them still. We already asked y'all to go actually, but you know, I appreciate it.
I still want y'all to go subscribe, like, and comment on the pages. But yes, we do appreciate all feedback.
That's right.
Even if it's in person.
Yes.
I'm Mahogany.
I'm Ish.
And this is Culture Currency.
Where culture
is the value.
So, you know, for our seasonal wrap-ups, what we do is just go over everything that we spoke about for the season, give our feedback, things we wish we said, or things that spoke to us. So I would like to kick it off with the acceptance episode.
Okay.
These two things that you said. One thing is people are not wrong for how they see you. It's you that just has to make the adjustment. You have to accept it and make the adjustment. Mm-hmm. And I really love that you said that because it's like, you know, you like how you gonna be mad at somebody for their true feelings or for you having the ability to see, oh, this is where I stand. Let me make that adjustment. How you gonna be, you know, like that's a blessing to know where you stand in somebody's life.
It's a blessing, but it's a hard pill.
Yeah, it's
definitely a hard pill.
Yeah, a big old horse pill. But nonetheless,
it's information for you to utilize.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Another thing you said was that you respect your mom's belief system. Mm-hmm. He was like, my mother's not coming to my wedding. That's okay. That doesn't affect my relationship with my mother. And that's deep because I don't know if I would have took it so personal that I'm like, oh, she don't accept me, she don't love me, and took it to and made it mean something else. But the fact that you are able to have a great relationship with your mother with that understanding because you understand her belief systems and religion and all of that kind of stuff, you're like, nah, it's good. I respect that, but that's still my mother. She still loves me, but this part is just it's not part of it. And I thought that was,
Well, it would be different. Now, let me be very clear. Her not coming to my wedding because her belief system, I support that. If it was a scenario where I was with someone and they weren't allowed in her home, that would be different. The difference is I'm not engaging in any, sexual activity in your home. We're not doing anything that is outside of the lines of respect.
Right.
So who I'm with goes where I go.
Right.
Right? But where I go, that's where I go.
Right.
Now, where she goes is where she goes.
Right.
So if she's deciding that my wedding is not where she wants to go, I have to respect that too.
I love that perspective. That's a really, really good one. I think that may speak to a lot of people. I know it spoke to me. That was really good.
On that episode, I was a little bothered by the fact that we didn't engage more in your perspective of acceptance. I was speaking of the things we could control. You was explaining what we can't control and how to accept that.
Right.
And I thought we should have went a little deeper into
So tell me, like what?
Anything. You went into heartbreak, but there's so many different things that we engage with on a regular basis that we can't change. And it doesn't necessarily mean that we are accepting the circumstances. It means that we're accepting that we can't change it. And so how do we operate?
Yeah, I mean, I know one thing I brought up, I believe I brought up, is that acceptance doesn't mean complacency. It's like, it doesn't mean you're complacent and just okay with everything, but you just know, like you said, you know, the things that you can change, you do, and the things that you can't understand, and learn the difference between the two.
You did the love space, the romance space. But there's so many things in our daily routine, in our daily lives that we don't have any control of when it comes down to career and your workspaces. When it comes, anytime you're engaging with others, we only can control ourselves in those situations. We can't control how other people operate. So I mean,
there's a lot.
That's why I said I feel
so
like
much.
we could have went deeper in that. But besides that, I really, really loved the episode.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I could go into the idealistic mindset and how I wish, you know, when I think about school transformation, or I think about how I'm seeing more dope heads on the block, or I'm thinking, you know, it's so much to
all of the things
that you just can't do anything about, but you still have to keep your sanity. And you still have to live in, you know, be on your path and not get distracted by everything or discouraged by everything. And
that's exactly the reason why I felt like we should have went deeper, is because that part, the understanding, giving the tools and the solution to keeping a sound mind.
Keeping a sound mind, right?
Without allowing yourself to be to deviate due to these things that are kind of pulling at you.
And that you can do nothing about. You're right, you're right. And it's really about, I just want to just reiterate what you just said, is really about keeping a sound mind and not be discouraged through all of the changes and things happening around you that you just can't control. How do you
navigate
that? Yeah.
All right. What's the next episode we want to touch on? Okay. Yeah, the ageism episode.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to touch on more. Well, first I want to say something that I like that you have said, and then what I want to touch more on is knowing a lot does not equal knowing it all. So we're talking about in terms of ageism, is like, okay, yeah, we have this experience, you know, this stuff, but doesn't mean you know everything. So you still have a lot to learn from other people and younger generations.
Absolutely. Experience is not the only form of information.
That's right.
And so that's important for us to navigate with everything. Like, everything is a spectrum.
Right.
Like, there's levels to everything. So when we start talking about communication, right? I just had a conversation recently with my daughter about that. My grandson is nonverbal. And for her, at some level, it equated to lack of understanding.
Right.
And I'm like, no.
Right.
Pay attention to his operations. He's smarter than most kids his age.
Right.
He just doesn't.
He gets to observe everything.
He doesn't communicate in the way we do, but he communicates.
Right.
In so many other ways.
Right.
And so it's the same thing with information. Information is transferred and received in so many different ways. So it does us a disservice when we believe that our information is the only information.
That's
or
right.
Our way to communicate is the only way to communicate.
That's right.
We have to open up the doors to be able to connect, and the only way to do that, sometimes we don't speak the same language, and we got to figure out other ways to touch each other.
That's right.
To connect to each other.
To connect to each other. I love that. Yeah. I mean, I could go on and on about the melting pot stuff we talked about and all that, but yeah. But one thing I wish we talked about more of, and we can touch on it right now, is ageism in the home and how we treat our kids, because they are our kids. You know what I mean? You just got here, and then
We definitely could have touched on that more.
You know, and then we said that we felt like, oh no, that because ageism, respect, all of that, everything's just so interconnected. But definitely like ageism in the home.
Well, I like that you was about to go there. Go there.
Yeah.
Because ageism and respect go hand in hand.
Right.
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 There's a lack of respect and validation due to age. Do we actually believe that because someone is younger, they don't deserve respect or validation?
Right. That's
or
right.
do we actually believe that because someone ages to a certain degree that they no longer deserve
respect
and validation? Like, we really got to ask ourselves these questions.
That's right. And then I don't think we realize that in some ways we've all engaged in some level of ageism and being biased or each other or treating each other certain ways because of you don't have no experience. You're my child. Stay in the child's place. Mind your old. whatever. I'm gonna leave you in the house. We're not gonna hang out because you're old. You know what I'm saying? Like different stuff that we really do because of each other's ages when we all really need the same things. It may the how may look different, but as humans, we all need love. We all need quality time. We all need validation in some kind of way.
We all need
affirmations.
to be heard.
We all need to be heard. All of that, and heard is so important because a lot of adults definitely do not hear their kids
And not just heard, understood.
and understood.
For me, that's always been a thing. Like the people that I hold at the highest regard are people that I notice that I recognize that they see me.
Right.
Not physically see me, they see me. They understand my spirit. They understand the reasons I do things. They really took the time to get to know my inner workings.
Right.
And everybody needs that.
Everybody
Needs that.
Right.
And when you just shunning someone for, shallow purposes, we lose that.
Right. How would you feel if you were being treated this way at this moment? And then whatever the reason is, can you handle this in a different way and still get to the same thing? Can you handle this with respect?
Right?
Yeah.
That's where everything is really utilizing our ability to conceptualize what makes sense for this scenario.
Right.
Every scenario doesn't take the same approach.
That's right.
And so the same way we speak of the approach with people who we're just kind of engaging with in regular life versus the people who are close to us.
Right.
I'm not going to give the same detail, the interest to detail to just someone in the street that I give to the people I love.
Right.
Like, you're not getting that much of
Right.
it. Right. So, but the person I love is not supposed to get the quick, I ain't really giving you that.
Right.
Type of interaction either.
Right.
They deserve something more. There's more investment there. And so we got to start thinking of our children like that, our grandparents like that. That's when I speak of community, that's what I'm talking about. Like what really matters to you. These beings that have lent so much to you. I don't care. We all have faults, right? And we run around and we hold grudges about the things that the people who have hurt us. It could be a mother, a father, auntie, uncle, grandfather, brother, sister. They've hurt us. But we don't hold on so tight to the things that they do good for us, right? That don't hold the same type of weight. You don't hold on to that.
Right.
The one thing that they do wrong, the two things they do wrong, cancels out all of the good they've done.
Right.
And we got to do better.
Yeah, because I was dealing with a family situation and my family member who was like, she was like, oh please, because she don't love me and she never been good. I'm like, well, that's not true. There was a time when y'all was good. You know what I mean? Mother-daughter situation. It's a time when y'all was like really good and get along, but because this happened now, none of that mattered. And I was talking to another family member and he just had a breakup and he's like, I'm tired of dealing with people like this. Or I'm tired of, and I'm like, okay, but you're making your partner pay for everything
that everybody
else did. I said, well, good luck with that, bag boy. Don't you miss your boat, carry all them bags like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta,
Yeah, that's why it's important to really dig deep and do your work. And the accountability portion is big because, of course, like we all get hurt.
Yeah.
People hurt us, sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally,
Right.
but we all get hurt. And if we carry every hurt with us, we become the people that's hurting.
That's right.
Everyone that we come in contact with.
Yeah.
And so if you don't want to be that person, you got to sit down and ask yourself, what could I have done to change this? Stop thinking about what this person has made you feel and think about how could you have prevented this?
Right.
Because once you get into that mindset, it not only takes the anger and the bitterness off of you, but it gives you the tools to operate going forward. Right? It's like now that I know I'm a poor chooser of people. I now have to look when I'm meeting new people, what are the characteristics that I really need in somebody I'm bringing in?
Right. Or what are the ones
I need to stay the hell away from?
Yeah.
So it puts you in a position of power.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And control of your life.
Right. But I'm thinking while you're saying this, I'm on the other side and thinking, so what, but you know, how could I have prevented it? What about the situations when you couldn't prevent it? What are some examples of
You talking
that?
about childhood?
No.
'Cause
Okay,
adulthood,
well,
we
childhood,
invite-
no.
we-
I'm thinking about adulthood.
Like what?
I don't know. I just
think
want to think about
there's
it.
always accountability somewhere. Whether
which I
whether
100%
it's
believe.
choosing not to deal with a red flag that you've seen. We have all done that. It's a
Or
small,
the little things that's really
it's
big things.
small.
Yeah, it's
There's no such thing as small
It's
things.
no such thing.
So we have moments where we got to understand that as humans, we are self-serving. And that doesn't always look negative.
Right.
But a lot of times it does, right? And when we're self-serving, when you find someone who makes you feel good, sometimes because you like the way that person makes you feel, you ignore things that you wouldn't ignore from somebody who didn't make you feel that.
That's right. Or if you're lonely, now you're filling in this hole with this
filling
person
in these blanks.
That's right.
And so now you mad at them when everything hits the fan, but you did this.
You did this. You created
You
this.
seen what was needed to take this person out of your world, but you chose not to because you liked the way what it was doing for you in that moment. And so that's what I mean by
or you let your guilt keep you in certain situations that you need to leave regardless.
Any hole that needs to be filled, we fill with people and circumstances, and then when it doesn't work out in our favor, we blame. And
because you know what, a lot of times we don't even realize that we fill in a hole. You feel like you doing something and you making these decisions. It's
that's
like,
what introspection is about. That's
right.
what accountability
Absolutely,
is about.
that's right.
Giving yourself the tools to be better tomorrow.
and the time.
You know what I mean? To be better tomorrow. I don't want to feel what I felt. If something hurt me, I don't want to feel that again. But the only way not to feel it is not by guarding yourself to the point of not pulling people in. That's
and
not
I'm
what
tired of
does
these kind
that.
of people.
It makes you angry. It makes you bitter. It makes you lonely. It makes you all of the things that is not natural. But what does help you is understanding how I got here.
That's right. Oh, I got to say something. Yo. So I'm thinking about in my 20s when I had a horrible relationship, right? And then I left that relationship and ended up getting into a situationship that lasted some years. And when I got into that, I remember blaming the person like, oh, you just like that person. Oh, you just like, what the hell? Like, but the thing is, and then I had like this guard or this wall or this anger, and I thought that was strength. I'm like, yeah, that's what made me stronger.
A lot of people think that.
It made me stronger. No, it made you bitter. It made you closed off. And it made you angry. But I'm like, nah, I'm stronger. My backbone is stronger and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, no, you didn't give yourself time to chill and to think about, wait, because that's why you kept meeting the same person again.
Yeah, because you didn't get the lesson.
You didn't get the lesson. You didn't give yourself a moment.
And that's what accountability does for you.
Yo, that's fucked up. You know why?
Wow.
Because if I would have gave myself that, then I had to have the lesson for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Until you get it.
Yep, and that's what karma, people like, oh, karma, but karma is a lesson to be learned. So until you learn this lesson, you're gonna keep reading the same story until you pass the goddamn test. So you know what I mean? Whatever, you know the analogy I'm trying to make.
You was taught how to read, but some of us don't comprehend. No comprehension.
Yeah,
so how many times do you have to read that book before you get the point of the book?
They said 7 times, right?
When you know what I mean?
All the stuff.
You know what I mean? So that's how this thing works. And the reason I'm informed at this level now is because I'm a hardhead. I've had to be dropped on my noggin mad times for the same stuff, right? Because it's like, it's happening to me. It's happening to me. It's happening to me.
Right.
Until I started saying, what could I have done differently? I was never gonna get it. And the moment I got it, I got it. And now I don't have the redos.
Right.
I don't have to do overs.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's what I'm trying to, you know, give them, the watchers, is that same information. You know what I mean?
Choice. I brought up something about solitude and discomfort and the importance of it, what you were talking about right now. Like giving yourself the time to be introspective. So I said, if uncomfortable, don't make a move. Like we try to rush things and rush processes, and because of what, I don't know. There's so many different reasons why people rush. But I've learned, like in introspection and taking time just to know how my body talks to me and how intuition talks is like, nah, this don't feel good. Nah, don't even have. It could be the smallest things. Like, nah, don't have that conversation right now. You don't feel like that. It's not gonna come out right. You gotta wait until. It's not about like, oh, I'm uncomfortable, I'm scared to do it. It's not the right time, and everything is telling you it's not the right time.
It's levels to that, right? Because there are some choices that can can stand the test of time. And there's some choices that have to be made, like now.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
And so
I'm glad you brought that
what do
up.
you do? When I was watching it, that's what made me, I said, I got to bring this up because we didn't discuss those moments where you don't have the time to sit and be quiet.
Right.
A choice needs to be made.
Yeah.
What we going to do?
You got to make the
Right?
choice.
And a part of what we spoke of in the choice episode was our choices of people that we have around us, right? It's important that we have people around us whose wisdom we can trust, whose choices and ability to gather information,
to get over that threshold,
all of the different things, right? So when it is something that you really don't have the answer to, but it needs to be answered now, get with your village.
What's that show when you was able to make a call when you couldn't come up with the answer, whatever? You could have 3 lifelines.
Yeah.
The 3 lifelines.
I don't remember the name.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah, the 3 lifelines. So that's oh my God, the choices we keep, the company we keep. You never know when you're gonna have to knock on them doors, man. So like you said, when you don't have that time to sit and think, and you don't have all the tools, who's your lifeline? Like, yo, I need to figure this out. Who can talk you through it?
Through it, because it's not like they're giving you the answer. You need to make the choice because you need to be able to live with the choice. Right. But having multiple brains working on the information that needs to go into the choice is powerful. And it gives you a better chance of making the right choice.
That's right, man. You really got, and then you got to have people around you that genuinely care and love you. Because I definitely would have made some bad choices, and I have people talk me like basically off the ledge, not literally off the ledge, but off the ledge. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
I think all of us have.
Yeah.
You know, I laugh all the time because I have people like family members and things like that who their temperament is similar to mine in regard to being short-tempered. And so they're the ones who we laugh about, like, yo, they'll do something crazy in a split second. And they had the same thoughts about me. But when we are together, if they get into something, I'm usually the one to talk them down. And if I get into something, they're usually the one to talk me down. And I always think it's hilarious because I'm like, yo, he's crazy.
Right.
He would do
Right.
But when they on the outside, that's what tells you that somebody cares about you, too.
Right.
They're not talking you into doing what they would naturally do.
It's about what's the right thing.
What's the right
or the
thing
healthiest.
in this moment.
Yeah. Good point. Also about alignment. We talked about alignment and choice and the importance of being in alignment with who you are in order to make the best choices. And then I'll put that's why it's important to be intentional, because bad talk will also meet alignment. You know what I mean? Everything meets alignment. You know what I mean? So it's not just,
There's
I'm in
a puzzle
alignment
piece to
with
everything.
this. Yeah, whatever you're aligned with, whatever you putting into your world, into your universe, that's what you're aligned with. Those are all the obstacles and peoples and situations you're going to meet. So what's present for you, you're in alignment with that. That's why it's present for you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So good or bad.
Yep. That was a good point to be made.
Leadership. I'm not making a change if no one else is. So we're surrounded by a bunch of folks that's doing something. And then you like, man, ain't nobody else doing it. Like, I ain't trying to do that. But in your soul, you want to do something different, but you just don't make the move because nobody in your crowd is. You know what I mean? Nobody around you is making those adjustments. Then you leave yourself stuck. And so as a leader, it's important to be able to make moves and make those changes, make those differences, whether or not anyone around you is moving in the same accord or not.
Yeah, that's not even something that a leader even considers, if we want to be honest. Leadership
That's a good
is
point.
Exactly that. So
the ability to do that.
The ability to go against the grain when nobody else is what leadership does.
Right.
Although I've been a leader my whole life, I've not always been the best leader. But what led me to know that I was actually a leader and not just leadership abilities was when I was able to, every area, live it how I speak it. Right.
And staying true to that.
But early in my life, I knew I had leadership abilities because of the fact that I never did what the masses did. it's never been attractive to me,
Yeah,
actually.
right.
It's been very unattractive
Yeah,
to
like,
me.
I want to do this. I don't want to do that.
It's like that nasty taste in your mouth when you put
like,
something in your mouth
do
that
that.
didn't
Yeah, I'm not
belong.
eating that. Yeah.
It's like, ew.
Right.
And I don't care how cool the world thinks it is. It's not cool to me.
Right.
And as far as I'm concerned, I'm the cool maker.
Right, right.
So what are y'all talking about?
Right, right.
Yeah.
I know this came up already for ageism, leadership, the excuse to be disrespectful. Leaders in the home, you know what I mean? Who's leading the household and who sets the rules and all of that kind of stuff. And a lot of times people use their role as the provider in the home to be disrespectful, you know what I mean? And not be a nurturing leader, not be a safe and supportive leader, but a jerk of a leader.
Yeah, that's why I think it's good to have the separation between terms like leader and boss and different things
exactly,
like that.
yes.
Because what you're describing to me falls more under
So
what
bossy.
a lot of bosses think is appropriate versus what leaders think is appropriate.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, bosses is more of a dictatorship, where leadership is more of inspiring to do so.
Yeah.
Right? And guiding.
Yep. And I wanted to bring that into my training at Dream, like when bringing in managers and directors and stuff, the difference between leadership and being a boss. Because what I'm not interested is anyone coming to the organization trying to be a boss. That's not what we do. You know, we're not disrespectful to people.
That doesn't get the results that you
want.
desire either.
Nah.
Like if you
You're
want
breaking teams down.
longevity, you want people to enjoy what they do and want to serve you,
Right.
want to do.
Yes.
You know, bring on the outcome that you're trying to inspire.
Right.
That's not the way to get.
And then you have to know that you need your team, you need your squad, you need your circle. How do you keep people together through respect and love, right? Oh, this
What was that?
peace over war.
Oh,
That's when I was going brain crazy. I just couldn't get off the amygdala.
That was mad funny.
It was funny because what we talked about before, but it was valid.
It was definitely,
But it was
worked.
funny.
But when you think about, all right, so we gotta let the audience in on our conversation, right?
Yeah.
So we discovered that we became more teachers on the screen than just like really flowing and doing what we do.
Right, and we felt the difference in our conversation. We wasn't really feeling it. We got these index cards. We trying to make those points instead of just going back to how we started having our conversations.
And so when she looked back at the Peace Over War episode, she became Dr. Ish. She became Dr. Ish on us and start breaking down the brain, what the brain do.
Yeah.
And it was very valid. But
it was funny.
It was funny once we came to the conclusion that we done became teachers on the screen.
Right.
It was more comical when we looked back at it.
Because it was this perfect example of what we're talking about. Like, yo, can we just get back to our conversation? It's like, because the amygdala because we got to get back to the prefrontal cortex, because in that sense of times, when things is developing, like, it was good. So, I mean, it's good to bring the science and stuff in, but it's like, it started taking over.
We went too far. We went too far.
Yeah, so, it was funny.
Shoot.
But one thing about the Peace Over War is that just watching it again and all that is like, it's just so scary, kids with guns. It's because of the development stage, and it's like you have this power, but you cannot manage it yet. You do not have the ability or the know-how. You don't have the experience. You don't have the development.
You don't have the self-control.
Exactly. As the self-made, you don't have that yet. So kids with guns is like the scariest thing, and so many kids have guns these days.
Yeah, I mean, I have the same concerns.
Yeah.
Not just the children, but just the people. Like when we speak of my lack of ability to control my temperament in the past, right? There are adults out here who have the temperament of these children, and a lack of control of self that these children have. And they have guns too.
Yeah.
Right? And so we watch police officers with that all the time. And they're trained.
Good point. Good point, yeah.
So if guns were completely abolished, I'm fine with that.
Right.
Completely abolished, meaning police don't have it either.
Right.
Then I will be fine with that. But under the circumstances that we live, I'm not against guns, but I am against guns in the hands of unequipped humans.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, because even with the background checks and all that, how do you spot that? How do we know that? You know what I mean? So
That's where it gets all muddy.
That's where it gets muddy.
You know what I mean?
And that's how we don't have any real reform that's meaningful.
I noticed a lot of people on social media, especially TikTok, were very engaged about these conversations, especially this one, speaking in terms of like this conversation that needed to happen. Because there are a lot of people struggling with the idea of keeping their families safe. And how do you do that without risking it all? And there is really, that there is your rock in your hard place that we spoke of in choice.
I'm quiet and I'm thinking because I got so much going on in my head. And I was just thinking about the fear of like so many 42.5 million Americans losing their SNAP benefits, and what does that mean? What if I'm coming from the supermarket and somebody try to take out groceries? You know what I'm saying? And then like, I'm like, yo, you want something to eat? Like, can I talk? Like, let me take you food shopping, or like, well, I'm gonna just like,
or I don't got it. So what we gonna do? Like how we maneuvering that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because once you do it for one, other people see.
Like, yo,
now everybody wants something.
Yeah,
and my family still need to eat.
Right.
So how are we doing this? But that's another show we gonna definitely do, because I have a lot of solutions to things that, probably today are gonna seem like they not things people are interested in, but we've been here before. This is not our first. Not our first rodeo.
Nah. This is just something we gotta get through.
We really understand what it takes.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, are you willing to do what it takes?
But for community to come together and really take care of each other again, the way it used to be. That's a fact. Because things that escalate so quick because nobody's trying to be taken advantage of.
Nobody's trying to be taken advantage of. Nobody is trying to not have their minimal resources.
It's just hitting me what you just said. It's like, oh, you trying to take this? Yeah, I don't have it either. So what's up? Like, you know what I mean? Becomes that thing. Yeah, who's hungrier?
Who's hungrier?
Yeah.
What you willing to give for this?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And those is the things. Like, I think of that stuff daily, just because that's how my mind works.
Yeah.
Especially coming from where I come from, that's how my mind works. So I am very in tune with what's happening, what I foresee coming, and how we need to navigate that.
Yeah, exactly. And then also with the peace over war thing, when you between a rock and a hard place, and it's like you or them. There's, like you say, I mean, like I said, I believe on the thing, it was like, you are who you are before you got here, right? Like, say me, right? Community leader, doing my thing. But then what if things get so bad, and then it's bringing you back, and you becoming somebody that you try so hard to not be. And you just trying to, you know what I'm saying? Now it's digging you, out the grave, and it's giving you another mentality that you didn't feed, because now you got to survive. It's like things get so...
That's a different
what I mean?
Conversation, right?
Yeah.
That's why we named the episode Peace Over War,
but was an option. Yeah.
The reason why war is an option, and the reason we discussed it in the ways that we did, is because it is an option. For my survival, I'm going to war. And it doesn't take me away from who I've become. It doesn't mean that I'm making different choices after this. But right now, I gotta
this
live.
is what's needed, yep.
Right now, my kids still need a mother.
Absolutely.
My grandkids still need their grandmother.
That's right.
My loved ones still need their loved one here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that is a choice that you make, and that you got to be okay with when it comes down to survival.
Right. Absolutely. And I'm just hoping that these times don't bring everybody to that.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have people who understand that that's a last resort, and then you're gonna have people who it's their first resort. You know what I mean? Because that's what they've been on anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of really being able to identify who you're in front of in that moment.
That's right.
Which one are you? And how do I navigate this? What is my response to this in this moment?
Right. If we
because if I'm face to face with this is what I've been doing.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna meet you there.
I gotta meet you there. Right. Now you face
because I'm not new to that either.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's the thing. Like, when you heal, when you get better, when you grow, when you mature, who you are is still who you are.
Exactly. He's always in there.
It's just tucked away.
That's right. I was just having that conversation.
Until very necessary.
That's right.
And best believe, Source didn't put us here to leave before it's supposed to go. It's our time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you wasn't meant to be that beast, it wouldn't be in you.
Right. Exactly.
So when it's supposed to come out, it's supposed to come out.
That's
but
right.
you're just not supposed to be a predator.
That's right. Exactly. And they overuse it and all that. I was just talking to a couple people. We had some visitors to Dream, and we were talking about conflict resolution. And I said, well, conversation I would like to stop is you bringing me out of my character. Mm-hmm. I'm like, nobody can bring you out of your character. It's already there. Nobody can bring something out of you. Yeah, right. Nobody can't bring something out of you that's not there. Mm-hmm. This is you just use this part of you to handle the situation, but it's in there. Nobody can bring you out of it.
We got different tools.
You got exactly.
And that toolbox, come in handy different times, different things.
Yeah. Period.
Sometimes you need a wrench. Sometimes you need a hammer.
Yeah. It was so funny the other day. My goddaughter, she was like, I forgot what we was doing, and she was like, "God, mama, you strong." I said, "Yeah." She was like, "I don't know. I just never got to see it." She said, "Cause you just be chilling, you cool, you chilling, so I don't have to see that." I'm like, fuck, like I wonder what I'm giving off to people.
No, everybody has a different understanding of what strength is. We had that conversation. So it's like, oh, calm ain't strong.
Right. Okay. Cool.
That's why kindness, weakness.
Yeah. Kindness, so you take my kindness.
And that's why when my switch goes off, people's
it's like,
eyes go.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they like, oh, she's
or
so,
get calm, like,
so
oh shit, I ain't
kind.
Right.
So,
right.
Like,
oh
yeah.
Motherfucker.
It's in there. It's in there.
But something my dad taught me: peace over war at home. Oh, this is years ago, probably 20-something years ago. He said to me, "You want peace, or you want to win, or you want to win the argument." Mm-hmm. Right? And so many times we dig our feet in the sand because it's so important to win the argument, as opposed to coming to a space where, okay, how can we resolve this so we can have peace in our home? Mm-hmm. Everybody's trying to win, trying to beat even their mate. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? As opposed to having peace. And he told me this early in my 20s, and I'm so happy that he did, because it's not always about dominance and being the gorilla in the house. You know what I mean? It's like
often not about that.
Right. A lot of people don't see it like that. Mm-hmm. And they bring a lot of discord and actual violence at the home, because it's about winning the war even at home, as opposed to peace.
Well, you remember when we had the Love Snob on, he brought up the fact that, like, we always talking about, do you want to win? Mm-hmm. And he's like, of course. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to win. Like, who wants to lose? Both parties are going to want to win.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But how's it a win-win?
The win-win is that we are both able to come to a conclusion together.
Yep.
We're going to want to win, because let's be clear. Mm-hmm. If we're fighting for something, it's because we believe it.
Right.
How do we get to the understanding? And it takes patience.
Right.
It takes the will.
Right.
To go through the motions with each other.
And it takes either the verbal or unspoken agreement that we want to get through this.
Yeah, we're going to try to get through process.
That's right. And we're going to try to get through this, yeah. Mm-hmm. You got to want to get through it. Peace over war at home.
Yep.
Snitching.
Snitches get stitches.
No, they don't. They get checks these days.
Oh, man. What about the snitch episode you wanted to discuss?
I was happy that we touched on it. I was happy that we spoke about it.
Me too.
Yeah. So one thing you said was morality is already not in play, right? And then I said, yeah, so if it's already lacking, what's a little more? In terms of someone snitching on you, it's like, y'all already all...
We all wrong.
Yeah, y'all already dirty.
Ain't that right over here?
Right, and then so that's the thing, no honor amongst thieves. And you was like, right. It's like, yo, like, let's really think about it for real. Like, I know it's still supposed to be close relationships and a brotherhood and sisterhood and familyhood and all that kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, you already not living right. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it might show up. You said, you can't say you care about me and put me in certain situations. Mm-hmm. And I remember watching and I said, yeah, but you know what? If their freedom and safety is not important to them, who the hell are you?
And that's where choices come back.
Yep.
right? The choosing of our people.
Right.
And that's where the accountability comes back.
Right.
Right? See, all of these things are, they all interchangeable because we are around each other constantly. This is somebody I call my best friend or my favorite cousin. We're paying attention to each other's ins and outs. We know when they raggedy or they not, right? I've been guilty of this. Wanting to believe that somebody who's wrong is gonna make sure they're not wrong with me.
Right. Not me. They ain't gonna do that to me.
A liar is gonna lie.
Right.
A thief is gonna steal.
Preach.
So at the end of the day, when you recognize that somebody is something, believe them. Some cases, that's the first moment. It's like the person puts you in danger and you like, hold on. Somebody who cared for me wouldn't do this. But then even if that's the first time, pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Because you need to understand that if you don't pull the trigger, it gets worse going
like,
down the line.
I know they be stealing, but stole from me.
When I say been there, done that, in our past discussions, I spoke of my brother robbing me blind and when I was doing music. I also said he had a drug habit.
Right.
And he was off at the moment.
Right.
But how dare me think that I was exempt?
Right.
He done stole from my mama.
Right.
My other sister.
Right.
I just thought I was special.
Right.
And then when he stole from me, I wanted to kill everything.
Right.
How dare you do this to me?
Right.
Nigga, he do this to everybody.
Right. Right.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
That
And
was
that's-
a me thing. That wasn't a him thing.
that
He
was a
doing
me
what he
thing.
do.
Yeah. Son, one of my little brothers, and he's definitely one of my favorite brothers. You're not supposed to have favorite brothers. That's my baby. And he had a bad habit of stealing at one point. And I had an event, and I put him at the door to collect the money. When I was giving everybody assignments, because, you know, the family was showing up to help out, I'm like, all right, but I'm going to put you at the door. He was like, yo, Ish. He said, I ain't going to lie. Don't put
do
me
it.
at the door. I might run off.
That's love.
I said, I love you so much. So when I say one of my favorites is reasons why, it's like, and I'm like, I said, you know what? Dead ass. I said, because
He said, I don't even trust myself. with
I'm
you.
not going to do that.
I'm not doing that to you. I love that.
Oh, my God.
I love that.
I'll do anything for him.
I love that.
I love that. I said, thank you. Get the fuck away from my door. I have to beat you up.
Yeah, I love
Yo,
that.
I love that.
I love
That's
that.
love, right?
That's what
So
I'm talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
So that,
But if he would have did it,
it would have
what
been,
is wrong with you?
You put him in a position.
You were put in a position. You say, here, take my money. And now I want to fight you. My brother, I want to fight you because I said, take my money.
Yo, I
and you
tried
took
to
it.
kill my brother.
What? Come on.
It took years for me to come to the conclusion that I was the bad decision maker. Because for
But
years
guys-
it was just like what he did to me, what he
Yeah.
did to me.
And we get
It
caught
took-
in that, and that stunts your growth and
It
healing
does.
and everything.
It does. Then I had to be like, you knew. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
You would, if somebody came to me and said, their drug addict brother is good at this, so they was gonna bring them into a business situation to have them do this, I would say,
You're
do you
wildin'.
think that's wise?
Yeah.
Do you think that's wise?
Right.
And you didn't say that to yourself. This
Right.
was on you.
Right. You had so much love and hope for him that you said, nah, he could do this.
Yeah, I believed in him.
Yeah.
I believed in
Yeah.
him more than he believed in himself.
Yep.
But that's still my bad.
Still your bag. Culture vultures. And something you said on culture vultures was we value what we earn. We value what we earn, and I had to note that, like, oh, that was a good one, because if we don't feel that we've what was your thinking behind it?
Well, the entire discussion is speaking of how easily we give away our culture,
Right.
and everything that our culture has that's of value.
Right.
Like, we're so quick to say, oh, you're invited to the cookout.
Right.
We're so quick to just say, oh,
You're cool. You're
nice.
different.
Come on in.
Right.
Right? That's not one of the stipulations for people being in our space is earning their keep. And so it's so easy for us to just like lose it all.
But when we say earning their keep, like what does that look like to make a statement like that?
Well, we spoke of it in plenty of shows, right? When we speak of allyship, and I'm like, yo, how can we think someone's an ally when they think it's okay for us to watch us get done dirty, right? It's okay for them not to jeopardize their situation and comfort, to protect who they say that they value.
Like what do you really stand for behind the fun stuff?
Everybody could dance with us.
Yeah.
We get with every type of people and we can have fun.
Right.
But let's be clear. I tell people all the time, it's the investment that tells you where you stand, right? I can go out today. I can go out right now and laugh with total strangers and have a ball.
Right.
Come back, talk about the ball I had.
Right.
It means nothing.
Right.
It means nothing.
Right.
Any
Momentary.
two people can experience joy together.
That's right.
Right? But put something on the line.
Yeah.
That
stand.
tells you where somebody stands, their principles, what their alignment is in the grand scheme of things. That's what brings some value to connection.
Yeah, but not just like, oh, you're a cool white boy. Or like, yo, look how you told, yo, yeah, you ready to the cook.
But the funniest part about that, like what you just said, look how you talking. We are inviting people because we think it's cool that they're mirroring us.
Right. Yeah.
Do you understand how easily manipulated we are? All I gotta do is do what you're doing and you believe that I'm an ally.
Right. Clinton, when it was like, yeah, he's black.
And his backstory is crazy.
Then his backstory is crazy.
His wife's backstory.
You understand? So it's like, yo, it's like the ignorance,
slaughter us, but, you know, do the things that we think is cool and we don't care about the slaughter.
Right. So, yeah.
And so, that part.
So I think it was a solid season. I'm happy that we got back to ourselves and stopped being so cerebral and everything off your cards. So I got my cards.
Nah, that was funny.
That was funny. So yes, I'm happy that we got back to ourselves. Y'all may not have noticed, but we did, and we got back to ourselves in this season.
I'm Mahogany.
I'm Ish.
And this is Culture Currency.
Where culture
is the value.
Make sure to like, subscribe,
share, and comment. Peace.